I'm just going to do a very quick live. Really, I'm just testing out the live stream because I want to do a proper live stream with regards to the whole month of living on World War II rations that we've just really completed today. So we've been doing it as a group, and it's absolutely been amazing. Now, obviously, the group is a private group, so I'm not going to share any images of people and their faces, but I just wanted to share one or two tabs from the group just to show you what an amazing group and experience it has been. So if you bear with me, because I'm just getting to grips with this, let's share a screen. So this is the one we want to share. So hopefully you are seeing what I'm seeing, which is an amazing page full of food that everybody has been making this week in the group. So the group is living on World War II rations, 1940sexperiment.com. You can see that at the top of the page. But I'm just going to scroll down here so you can see some of the recipes, some of the food people have been sharing and creating over the past 4 weeks. Honestly, it's been amazing. And obviously, nearly every 1940s recipe doesn't come with photographs, and it's just a written recipe in a cookbook. So it's lovely to see people's interpretations of what the food should be presented like too. So as you can see, all these amazing images, people have been sharing what they've been eating every day. So it could be something as simple as starting the day off with some jam and toast. And they could have been creating Walton pie, or they could be using seasonal fruit to create some wonderful puddings and different dishes. Obviously, oats and potatoes have been like one of the predominant things I think that many people, including myself, have used. But as you can see, you know, there's just so much stuff people have recreated. So pop over and join the group, because you'll get to see all these wonderful experiences people have been sharing. Yeah, there's actually hundreds and hundreds of images. Right. I'm going to share another screen now as well. So just bear with me. Share screen. I don't know what you're seeing over there, but I hope that you're seeing what. No. Okay, so here's another screen as well. Hopefully you can't see any pictures of members or anything, but we also have a file page on the group. And again, there's maybe 50, 60, 70 downloads, including Ministry of Food leaflets, World War II cookbooks. The list goes on and on. So again, I would highly recommend you join our group, and then obviously you can download these, you know, amazing resources that people have taken the time to upload to the group as well. I'm just going to stop sharing that screen. That's the wrong one. Oh gosh, it's all going horribly wrong. Okay, we are getting there. I'm only working off one screen. You know, normally when I do live streaming, because I do it as part of my job actually, I live stream with a lot of different countries and I use StreamYard all the time, but obviously I have two screens and I'm only working off one screen at the moment. So let's go to my Chrome tab again. What I wanted to say as well is I've recorded the whole experience on my blog, with links back to the group, obviously. So if you go to the 1940sexperiment.com, there's a lot of information on there, including downloads. So although we've finished the 4 weeks now, I have created the download. It's for anybody to use, whether you want to do it for 1 day, 1 week, or whatever. As you can see, this is scrolling down and down and down. It goes on, but there's a wealth of information there. as we said, it's been an amazing experience, I think, with the group. I think we've got over 800 people in the group now. So it's just blown my mind that so many people, that we all have the same interest, we all have the same thoughts, and it's something that I think we've done together, and it's just been amazing. So please sign up. Oh my gosh, how much stuff did I write over the last 4 weeks? This is crazy. Here we are, I think. So if you scroll right down to the beginning of June, I created a Living on World War II Rations experiment. It's a free download. And when you open that up, it does explain all about rationing, brief, sort of sharing brief information about points. And what I've done is I've recorded everything that I've bought, what it's cost me, what we're going to survive on. And basically this 4-week challenge was based on the minimum UK wartime rations, which actually were quite horrific. So even as a vegetarian, I was allowed an extra 2 or 3 ounces of cheese, but meat eaters would get their small allowance of meat and were only allowed 1 ounce of cheese. And if you can imagine how much that was, it was maybe a matchbox size, not even that. It was a tiny, tiny amount. So I took a vegetarian ration, even though I am vegan, and I used a vegan cheese, and I had 4 ounces to last me the week, which honestly doesn't go very far at all. But pop over to the 1940s experiment. It's a good place to start. There are links back to the group, or there are links to all the downloads and to the videos that have been created throughout this as well. Now, I am going to share one more screen. So, share screen, Chrome. Yes, we want. So for anybody that hasn't been to my channel at the moment, I have got a World War II ration book recipes channel. It's predominantly ration book recipes. I've just started to bring that up to date again. I also do Pandemic Pantry. So, obviously we've produced this amazing resource with obviously people sending in their recipes, and I've been trying to update that every month, and it's growing. There's still so many recipes to add. What I'm doing is recreating those recipes as well as videos to help people out. So you'll also find those on there, and also a new series called Crisis Cooking. So if we go on here, you will be able to see, there we can see the live stream happening. So obviously we've got Crisis Cooking, we've got ration book recipes, we've got little shorts on the recipes that I've been creating. So if you scroll down, you'll see there's lots of recipes on there, which I absolutely love doing. It's just very hard to find the time. I do work full time. I do stuff on the side, obviously, to make ends meet as well. And then I've got a few difficult home situation at the moment. I've got a few problems with my daughter, so I need to devote a lot of time to her. So it is difficult to find the time, but I'm trying my hardest. So please bear with me. We'll remove that. And we won't share a screen now. I'm just going to spend a few more minutes talking. I will do a proper video. We will have a proper conversation, but I'm really just doing this as a test. I really wanted to say thank you for all the participation. It really has been amazing. Also, I was finding some bits and pieces because I had promised to send somebody a little home front pack, and I still haven't unpacked boxes. When I moved to my house a couple of years ago, I've got a lack of space, but I did come across what I wanted to send her. But I also found some spare bits and pieces, which I would like to give away on our group. So this is really nice bits and pieces. So there's these wonderful little cigarette cards from the 1940s. There's all sorts of, can you see that? All sorts of bits and pieces on there. So that's really good. They're just lovely little things to look at. Of course, there's a little ration book. This is a junior ration book. But again, this is all very interesting. I'd like to give this away. I'm going to give these all away as a little pack. So if you want to join our group, I'll be putting these up later. And we'll have a draw in a few days' time for anybody who comments underneath the post that I'm going to be making. we've got a little ministry there, a little leaflet to give away. Fuel saving in the kitchen. I love things like that. There is a little replica national registration card. These are all fascinating. These are brilliant, actually, for teaching kids in schools. Here we have, this, and here we have leaflet number 10, Your Children's Food in Wartime. Again, loads of information. Here is a dinky little pamphlet, Wartime Cookery. It's got quite a few recipes in there, surprisingly enough. There's only like maybe 10 pages, but it does contain a lot of recipes. I'd like to give that away as well. And then finally, this Make, Do and Mend. Actually, it's not finally, because I'm going to show you a newspaper in a minute. And again, this is really, really very interesting, especially if you're into sort of home economics, if you're into sewing or knitting, anything like that, if you're very handy in that way. I'm not. I wish I was, honestly. I wish I had those skills. I don't. I guess you just got those skills, though, didn't you? When you had to make, do and mend, you've probably found yourself being able to become very efficient in many different things you never thought you could. Finally, I pulled this out, and this is... I love this. This is an old Daily Express newspaper. Well, it's a replica of one. And this came out the day after war was announced. So it's 1939. The announcement was made, obviously, on 11 o'clock on September the 3rd, 1939. And this newspaper is a replica of the actual newspaper that came out on Monday, September the 4th. It's absolutely fascinating. There's some great articles to read in there. That's the back and front I'm showing you. I love reading these type of news articles. What paper's massive? These papers were absolutely massive. Let's just have a quick look here. This must have been so difficult. You would have, I mean, it's the size of a massive flat screen TV. This is just such a great snapshot, though, isn't it? A great snapshot into what was going on at the time, what people's lives were like. There's still a lot of football talk, and Arsenal's in there. The way people talk. And I've also found that some of the words people wrote, the spelling is different than we do now. For instance, I picked up that one of the headlines talked about an air raid siren, and it was spelled S-Y-R-E-N, where, of course, we spell that S-I-R-E-N now. Here's Neville Chamberlain, the Prime Minister, announced in his words in a broadcast to the nation yesterday morning the existence of a state of war between Britain and Germany. I'm speaking to you from the Cabinet Room at 10 Downing Street. This morning, the British ambassador in Berlin handed the German government an official note stating that unless we heard from them by 11 o'clock, that they were prepared at once to withdraw their troops from Poland, a state of war would exist between us. I have to tell you now that no such undertaking has been received, and that consequently this country is at war with Germany. I mean, that still gives me goosebumps. Now, how did people think? They must have been terrified. It's so hard to comprehend how people lived through these times, isn't it? But anyway, I will give this away as well. So I think that's it for now. I just wanted to do this as a test. I'm going to have to set up my other screen if I want to share things properly with people. But yeah, just go over to the group on Facebook. I'll put the link down below. I haven't done at the moment, but I will after this go and do that. Join the group. You'll be able to download amazing files and recipes and original Ministry of Food leaflets. You'll be able to see all the food that people have produced. Go to the 1940sexperiment.com, which is my blog, and you will be able to download the complete pack to follow the challenge. A lot of us are going to carry it on, whether you want to just pop on and do one recipe one day, 1 week, 1 month. I don't know if any of us will carry it on for a year. I don't know. It's very, very difficult. I have to say, because it was the last day of the challenge today, I went and bought an avocado and I had a cup of coffee. I just had to do it. I just had to do it. But back to it tomorrow. It does open your eyes. It opens your eyes, and it really solidifies that thought that we can do without an awful lot less. I mean, the waste of my house is just gone down to almost zero. If it wasn't for the plastic packaging, we've got to get a way around that somehow. And I guess that would be growing your own stuff in the garden, really. And I don't really have much stuff in my garden this year, apart from some herbs, a bit of garlic, some wild potatoes. But anyway, it's been lovely chatting. I said this is a very brief live stream. Just wanted to test it out, get a feel for it, and I will do a proper one next week. But in the meantime, go to our Facebook group, go to the 1940sexperiment.com, go to us on my YouTube channel, and yeah, please join in, leave a comment. It's just been amazing. I've thoroughly enjoyed the experience. There are some amazing people in our group. Let me tell you that for nothing. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, take care. Have a lovely Sunday afternoon. It's absolutely gorgeous out there, isn't it? And yeah, bye. Bye.